What's going on, guys? Jurassic Acid here. Today we're playing the Detective Chapters Part 1. Warning, the following game contains some nudity. Nudity is on by default. That's really cool how you can turn it off. Obviously we're going to have it off because of YouTube. Let's go and do that. The game uses the autosave feature. When saving appears in the bottom right corner, do not turn the game off. The story is altered by the choices you make. There are no wrong choices. Case log ID 2387, October 29, 2008. When he came home from school that day, you found him. The engine was still running, and exhaust fumes were heavy in the air to the point of suffocation. Even though the garage door was closed, you instinctively opened it when you heard the rumble of the engine coming from the other side. Your father was dead. Oh. I guess we're going this route. How did that make you feel? Try to be honest. Confused? Confusion would normally be your secondary feeling after the initial shock, but no, fruit and vengeance is an ugly thing. Your father left no suicide note, no clue as to why he would end his own life. He had his wife and child that seemingly loved him. So what do you suppose is the reason that he would do such a thing? He was depressed? He did something awful? My parents were fighting. Do you honestly believe your father did something bad? What could he have done to deserve this? For the record, could you state your name again, please? We actually get to name our character? We'll just call it Jurassic. And call it good. Male, submit. So what we have here is male, age 24, and you said your name is Jinx Malone? Just so you are aware, this is all going on your permanent record. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. I don't mean to frighten you, but this is very serious. We expect your full compliance. It will only make things harder for you if you refuse to answer my questions. Having said that, it is now time to wake up. Jinx Malone? Didn't I change that name? Gumshoes were known for being stealth like a thief. The term was later used for detectives. It's entirely acceptable to be called a private. Pregnant man makes a poor disguise. October 4th, 2016. Turn off the alarm. Okay. How do we do that? Oh, there we go. Let's come over here and look to the left. And hopefully the alarm is right around the corner. Yeah, nice. Why do we have cobwebs in the corner of our building? What? I wonder how many times I can be late for work before Muhammad fires me? Doesn't sound good. Are we in some sort of building that's still being constructed? Yeah, I don't know if you should be living in here. Better start my late afternoon routine. Because I'm so late for work, I should call my boss for a good measure and inform him of my estimated arrival. Okay. Hey boss, I'm gonna be late. Bill, is Muhammad our boss? I think so. I got his voicemail. I could say something nice, but I could also be as rude as possible too. I mean, it is your job, so you probably should be pretty nice. What kind of person is Muhammad? A nice guy? What do you say to Muhammad? I'm sorry, sir. Hey boss, it's me. Look, I just wanted to say sorry for being late. You really are nice, and I will try harder to be nice, just like you. I can only say sorry so many times before it sounds really bad. Thanks again for being nice. That was the most truly inspirational voicemail I've ever left for someone. I think once he heard that he will forget all about me being late. Okay. So, can we go to work now? Need to check my codex before I head out. I think I left it near my computer desk. It's one of my morning rituals that I wouldn't understand. Okay, so codex. That's the bills. That's a book. Here we go. Alright, so this is just the bios of the boss and everything. We checked that. Now can we go to work? Nice. Is this what our work looks like? Where did I leave my car keys? Okay, so this is just the rest of our house. I guess we sleep in the basement? Where would a drunk guy leave his keys? Let's see here. There's another phone up here. So we got plenty of pizza boxes. Can we actually remove the trash? Brush teeth, take a shower, find car keys. Oh, those are actual objectives. Hello, creepy person. What do you want? Hello? Good afternoon. May I speak to you? Malone? Speaking. Who is this? Maybe. Depends on who is asking. There's no need to be suspicious. We are all children of God here. My name is Cynthia, and I am here with the First Church of the Christ. Huh. I'm late for work, lady. I was hoping to ask you a few questions in regard to some of your unsettling events taking place in our community. No, thank you. And if it's not too much to ask, I was hoping to solicit you for your donation to the church. We're trying to get a new 25-foot tall crucifix for our front lawn with the neon lights that will light the sky in the night. My God, it will be beautiful. The church really needs your help. No? Well, in any case, if you're still there, I'm going to pitch my message from God to you. Have you heard about the news about the Gothic nightclub and to the old church? Just sad and disheartening that someone would be so morbid and disgraceful to God would place something so sacred. We are petitioning to have the disgusting place of sin and debauchery closed down forever. Malone, what is your stance on this issue? And please say something this time. I really don't care. The church was empty and abandoned. It's just an empty, dilapidated building. The congregation abandoned it is 10 years ago and has been left deteriorating, producing zero revenue for the city. Well, that may be, but I would rather see it burned to the ground than turn into a house of ill repute and still hollowed ground. I hope you will at least consider donating to our cause. We really could use some of your hard-earned money for the church. Will you please donate? I don't have enough. But I was in the gas station. I don't have the money right now. I understand. Good day to you and God bless. Yeah, same to you. Alright. So we need to find a shower. Our keys. These actually. I'm gonna go give them up. It doesn't look like they do anything yet though. Alright, so we got our car over here. Shovels and all that fun stuff. So that is going to be for later on. That's the door we came from, so maybe it's over here? My uncle's bedroom. I really shouldn't be in here. If he finds out, he'll be mad beyond belief. Yeah, well, money. I won't take the money. You have a shower. Tar. Alright, well that's not going to help us any. So we'll just shut this door. That area is done. We have all this room over here. Oh, shower, sweet. Alright, so let's take a shower. The gram of the day should be washed away later today. What? My objective is, do I have to brush my teeth first? Alright, so let's grab you. Much better. Now, can I? There we go. Raindrops keep falling on my head. Eyes turning red. Wet the bed. Better off dead. I'll be turning red with a bullet on to the head, and now I'm dead. Okay, sweet. Shower is done. Now we need to find the car keys. Feel much cleaner now. Nothing like a good shower and a little singing. Huh? Alright. And where would we put our keys? We found the garage earlier, so maybe the keys... Oh. Maybe the big thing that says key. Be able to figure that out. Alright, so car keys added. Trash. So... Trash added to inventory. Okay, sweet. So all we have to do is find the front door, and we should be done. Alright, so the garage is that way, so maybe over here? My car is parked in the garage. The key should be close by. We have the key. And the garage was over this way? There we go. Got stuck on the lid. Alright, so shut that. Throw the garbage in there. And we should be able to drive. And head to work. Alright, so... Looks like we're here. Excuse me. My girlfriend made me these sugar balls for me. The balls of dough with sugar stuffed in the center. So good and great sugar rush. She only makes them when I don't make her mad. The customer's always right. Be kind and courteous. Don't steal. We are closed on Tuesdays. Turn off the lights. Hello? Thank you for calling Gas and Fire. Malone speaking. Hey, hun. Did you enjoy the sugar balls I left for you? Oh, they were great. Hi, Jelly. Good to hear your voice. I'm really busy. Yes, I got my sugar balls. It's great to hear your voice. I've missed you all day at work. Wait, did we already do work? We not a detective? I don't even care if you have a dead-end job and you live in your uncle's basement. You're a great person. Most of the time, I want you to know that. Okay. Thank you. Janitor, custodial work sounds good. I'm never going back to school. Ever since I was a kid, I dreamed of one day becoming a custodian. Hope you're joking. It'd be a great apprentice level. You could always work your way up. I'm completely legit. My grandmother was a maid, and she made an honest living doing it. Don't be a jerk. My dad likes you, and he wants you to do good. He thinks he can help you get back into school. Your dad just hates the fact that I'm with you. He would much rather you see dating someone successful stock market broker than a loser like me. It's not true. He really likes you. If you're not interested, I'll tell him, but he's going to be disappointed. Life is one of the big disappointments. I'm sure he'll get over it. Okay. So what is going on? How are you a detective? Do nothing. Yeah. Confused on what's going on. Can we come through the door? It's payday! I need to get my paycheck before I get out of here. Okay. Find your paycheck. Where would you put a paycheck? Would it be in the office? What is this? Malone, my dude, how are you? If you're looking for your paycheck, you will find it in my desk in my office. I changed the locks again before the punk gangsters. They keep trying to rob me. Those douches, they keep trying to be cool with so much douchebaggery. I hit the new key in the coldest spot in the gas station. I don't want the douches to find it. Okay, it's the coldest spot. That being the ice machine? So we got ice. Yeah, sweet. Get out of here. There we go. So we got the key, and I assume we come into here. A keyhole. Oh, really? So glad that you're here to tell us it's a keyhole. Alright, and paycheck. Bum, bum, bum. Where is my paycheck? I don't see anything too obvious. Is it? Oh, there we are. $122, halfway to retirement. It appears there is a flying button. Radio. Mo spends countless hours of the day on this thing talking to truckers and first responders. Alright, so now we can head out of here and... do we need to turn the lights off? Is there even a light switch? I've already locked up for the night. I need to do all the closing duties before I end my shift. Okay. And that would be... can we do you? It's an old computer from the 80s. My boss likes to keep things simplistic. So this room, it looks like we did everything in. What is going on? We have a slight issue here. So is this when we become a detective? What's going on? What could have happened? I don't know, you're the detective, you tell us. Investigate the crime. Clues found 0 of 7. So we got this. Blood a utility color. Did she use this to kill herself? Okay. Is there any other clues we can find? A mess of paper. Below the floor. I'm not cleaning. Okay, apparently our guy. It's like I'm not cleaning anything. Someone was cut profusely with a fine blade. Judging by the angle of the cut, it would appear to have been done by something else. Or someone else. Throat has been slit. Did she do this to herself? There are also 2 small puncture wounds on her. The cuts are far too straight for her to have done this to herself. You watch too much daytime TV if you're just a gas station employee. Becoming a detective. Tattoos of skulls and dragons and other things. Her chest is covered in blood, but I see no lacerations. Her stomach seems to have a small laceration below her breast. Yeah, right there. Okay. So we did the throat. What else are we supposed to be looking for? She looks young, maybe 21, 22 years old, jet black hair, and black goth makeup. Alright, so if we back out of this, maybe we can find more clues? Water has been turned red with her blood. I should take a sample in an empty glass jar with the lid. It would be perfect. I should check the office. Now I'm confused. Are we a detective or are we a gas station employee or are we both? Alright, so that's empty. Glass jar. Where on earth would they store a glass jar? Why is there turkey in here, or chicken? I can't carry that. Also, why is there frozen chicken doing inside the desk drawer? That's the real mystery. I agree. Oh, there we go. Base. Empty glass should be handy for storing fluids, but it's very dirty from sitting in the bookshelf. Clean the empty vial. The vial is clean. And now we're going to have to dip our hand in a bloody toilet. Ew. Yeah, nothing else to say to that. What is this? Looks like a page from a torn book. October 24th, 1917. The United States had recently declared war on Germany and joined the
1917. The United States had recently declared war on Germany and joined the fight alongside the French, British, Canadian, and Australian armies. Our infantry squad of 10 men was one of the first deployed to the front. We were the AEF, affectionately known as the Doughboys. General Pershing wanted everyone to be well trained before any American soldier fought on the front lines. Some say we were ready, but who was ever ready for war? During a reconnaissance mission in a small ruined village, Beaumont-en-Ventoux, in eastern France, our Liberty truck broke down. With no resources to fix it, we had no choice but to make camp. It had been 3 days since we last made contact with our CO. We holed up in a destroyed inn, waiting for help to arrive. Honestly, I think they forgot about us. Food rations were running low, and we were down to our last bottle of fine Kentucky bourbon. Although it had only been 3 days, it felt like 3 months. German, aka Jerry, squads often patrolled the deserted streets outside the inn. Most nights, they passed through without a second glance. Regardless, we remained ready for an attack. I almost forgot. My name is John to my friends and family. Private Johnson to my captain and fellow soldiers. John Johnson of Boston. And not much else to tell. A typical 19-year-old brown-haired kid with a small build and an ordinary name. In fact, before I received my draft letter via U.S. courier, I really hadn't had much planned for life. The thought of starting a family or going to college never crossed my mind. I lived in a small 2-bedroom apartment with my mother, father, and 7 siblings. You could say it was crowded. Other than that, not much else to tell. There was a fellow in our squad I would like to tell you more about. He was a somewhat gangly young man with sandy blonde hair and blue eyes. His name was Ricky, though we called him Tricky Ricky. He was an odd man, a little older than me. Never said much and rarely made eye contact. You could tell he wasn't born for the army. I guess the same was true for most of us. We were all drafted against our will, all except the captain. He joined of his own accord and was destined for greatness. Ricky never said more than 3 words to me the entire time we'd been together as a unit. I honestly couldn't tell you anything about his past because he never spoke of it. He never spoke of anything. Not a goddamn thing. There was something really odd about him. I often noticed him staring with a look of pure satisfaction at the rotting corpses stacked in piles outside the inn windows. It was as if he took some disturbing pleasure in the sight of the dead. Not just the dead of the enemy, but dead U.S. soldiers, allies, even civilians. I'm talking about dead women and children. The thought of anyone enjoying this made my skin crawl. Most of us wanted out of this hell on earth, but Ricky seemed to enjoy being here. It was as if he could be himself here, without judgment. Little did he know, we were all judging him in our thoughts. Late one night, I was abruptly awoken by the sound of thunder crashing. We each took turns on guard duty so the others could sleep. It was Ricky's night to stand watch. I glanced around the dark room, lit only by moonlight that shone through the cracked windows. Ricky was nowhere in sight. All the other men lay peacefully sleeping, despite the storm that raged outside. The only thing I heard was the pitter-patter of raindrops hitting the leaking roof above us. I put my head down upon my makeshift duffel bag pillow and attempted to resume my restless slumber. Sleep seemed futile as I lay on the hardwood floor, staring above me at the cobwebs nested between 2 rafters. I hoped the spider wouldn't descend upon my face in the night. Being shot by a German soldier was my worst fear, and spiders were my second. Nearly 20 minutes had passed with no sign of Ricky. My curiosity got the best of me, and I decided to investigate. After all, without someone standing guard, we were vulnerable to an attack. and I couldn't sleep to save my life. I descended the stairs to the main floor lobby. The front wall had been obliterated, exposing the external world. We seldom ventured down there unless we had to. The storm was much louder now. If not for the occasional flash of lightning, it would have been pitch black. I peeked outside through the massive hole in the inn. The ruined streets were empty and devoid of life. Corpses from previous battles lay in various states of decay. Some had died during the first battle here, over a year ago, and were nearly skeletons. Others were more recent and had only just begun to decompose. Most nights, the putrid smell of rot filled the air, but the rain seemed to mask it on this particular night, almost washing it away. With much hesitation, I stepped out of the safety of the inn into the war-torn streets of the village. I trod carefully with my hand on my pistol, ready to shoot the first thing that moved. I peeked down dark alleys with a trembling hand sliding down the wall. An old trash bin fell, clanging in the alley, and I drew my pistol, swiftly aiming in the dark. An alley cat ran past my feet. It was just a cat and nothing more. I breathed deeply and let out a sign of relief. I wasn't prepared to take on a Jerry squad by myself. Thunder rolled in the distance, and the rain felt heavier than it had before. My fatigues were drenched down to my skin. The rain poured off my helmet like a faulty farmhouse gutter. I wiped the water from my eyes, but it didn't help to reveal anything. I should go back and tell the captain, I thought. Just as I was about to return to the inn, I saw something in the distance. A glimmer of light coming from a farm field. As I cautiously approached, I could make out a lit flip-top lighter somehow burning in the rain. Ricky was holding it. He stood motionless, staring at something on the ground. I paused as the shape before him became more clear. It was the shape of a body. A corpse lay at his feet. I continued my approach, even more concerned about what was transpiring there. When I was within earshot, I called out, "Ricky, is everything okay?" He did not respond or move a muscle. The lighter continued to burn in his hand. "What happened? Did someone come?" Again, no response. As I inched closer, I noticed the body was that of a woman. She was young, maybe my age. She was bleeding from her neck, chest, and arms. The woman had been killed recently. Very recently. The closer I got, the more visible her form became. The rain washed her blood down a small stream and into a larger puddle. She was topless, her blouse torn and her brassiere cut open. And then I saw it. In Ricky's hand was the combat knife, blood dripping slowly from the tip of its blade. I took a step back, my hands trembling as I drew my pistol, taking aim at Ricky. "What the hell did you do?" I demanded. Ricky flinched, but never took his eyes off her. He closed the flip-top lighter and placed it in his pocket. "I couldn't get the damn thing to light my cigarette anyway," he said. The strange and calm statement made me pause for a moment. "What in God's name happened, Ricky? You had better answer me, or I swear." I shouted over the sound of pouring rain and distant thunder. I didn't know what I would do if Ricky did not comply, but I knew I had to stand firm. Slowly, Ricky turned his head towards me without moving the rest of his body. His eyes looked cold and expressionless, and his face revealed no feelings or remorse. Neither of us moved. We just stood in silence. Minutes passed before I had the courage to move closer. I was only a few feet from him, my gun still drawn, and my finger resting lightly on the trigger. "They are all enemy. All of them. And we will call you to call the herd," Ricky said calmly. She was one of them. A German. I could tell by her pale skin and yellow hair. He paused and looked over his shoulder, as if he heard something in the distance. However, there was nothing, except the total blackness of night, and the storm, and the dense mist it created. I needed to spill her blood. I tried to stop, but something inside me drove me closer to her. When I saw...
It's still going to be... Oh, it's going to play in the background?
I wanted to touch her, to feel her from the
Yeah, sorry about that. This story was going on a little long. Alright, 6 out of 7. So there's one more clue that we're missing. Let's see here. I think we investigated everything on her. The toilet should be cleaned out now. Oh. The blood spatter looks like something was flung or swung. A knife, perhaps? So are we going to call the cops now, is the question everybody is wondering. 707. I've completed my preliminary investigation, and now I need to call the police. I just hope they don't find out I've tampered with evidence. Yeah, you're not the very brightest employee, are you? Hey, DNA is gonna be on this dead woman inside the bathroom. I swear I did not kill her. I was doing my own private investigations. Yes, I need to report a murder. Blood, so much blood. Alright guys, that is going to be it for today. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.